This is an intermediate case of the newspaper that copy in a library, which Sebastian and Sheldon bring to Amy. From the Times said, the great alarm has been occasioned in the Lower Gornal district in the consequences of it being alleged that the ghost of the convict Martland who attempted to murder the Reverend J. Rooker, the vicar of the parish, has been seen in a churchyard. Scores of the people assert that the ghosts are seen in a churchyard every night. The result is hundreds of the persons are afraid to be near the church at night. The choir of the persons are terrified that they refuse go to a church unless protected by a police. For several nights the vicarage has been granted by people who are afraid that their vicar will be murdered. The people are very suspicious. This morning a woman asked the vicar to cut a turf 4 inches square from a grave in which lay a man who could not be eased because of a guilty conscience, and stated of the putting of the turf on a communion table would cause all the ghosts disappear. Sebastian tries to show that there are a couple of interesting points here. To start with, why is there a confusion between a ghost of the convict Martland and a ghost more generally? It sounds if the ghosts are recent, not a long-standing problems. Have they somehow been called into existence by the treasures Martland and they are his allies? Another question is, who is the Martland? In 1879, a Rooker who was vicar since 1848 had a run with Charles Hartland, the head of the choir, according to a newspapers from the 19th century. Although the newspaper editor in the 19th century had almost as little fact-checking skills as blogger in the 21st. Hartland shot Rooker, but miraculously survived, even through 2 bullets lodged in his head. Hartland was sent to a prison for 12 years of hard labor. The general feelings in the locality was that the Hartland was not beat himself, and many signed of a petition for a leniency, including Rooker, a much-loved village personality. A completely different source of revealed that one of his parishioners accidentally attacked the vicar, believing him to be a ghost for some reason. Rooker seems to have been one of life's 4 guys. Every weird thing in all of this is that according to the 1881 census, Hartland was still alive. In December of the same year, there is a record of attempt to have Hartland's sentence reduced again. In other words, this wasn't Hartland's ghost but a doppelganger. This story completely confused Amy, and she wasn't only one. It seems like ghosts and doppelgangers could be the same thing. It was almost a month since Amy started helping Sebastian and Sheldon with their paranormal investigations. While then they've been around sagely for a village steeped in history, there is no shortage of spine-chilling stories and white witnesses' accounts of scary and ghostly apparitions. The pictures of Amy manages to take appears to show a spectacular figure emerging from the darkness of the Tours Hill Bridgeway, or a road which local historians believe dates back in the 1600s and has been since several ghastly incidents. They managed to find the photographer, who also managed to take a similar image. He uploaded it to a Flickr page under the username Rush is in a post. It will all started about 10 years ago, after hearing local stories and reading an article about the Tours ghost. We went down for laugh just with simple a point and a shoot digital camera, and I came back and noticed practical occurrences in the photos. This became bit on an obsession, and we end up spending many nights taking photos which amount to many thousands, mostly pictures of nothing, but on occasion say 1 in 1,000 we had something unexplainable.